The Imjin War, 1592 to 1598, was a complex and brutal conflict that significantly impacted East Asia, involving large-scale land and naval engagements between Toyotomi Hideyoshi's Japan, Chosun Korea, and Ming China. The war can be broken down into two phases. The first invasion, 1592 to 1593, known as the Imjin invasion, and the second invasion, 1597 to 1598, or the Zhongyu War. It was not merely a war of aggression, but a multifaceted geopolitical struggle that reshaped the region.
Background and Hideyoshi's ambitions. After unifying Japan, Toyotomi Hideyoshi sought to legitimize his rule by expanding his empire. His vision was grandiose, to conquer China via Korea. He demanded that the Korean Chosun dynasty allow Japanese forces passage through their territory to attack Ming China. However, King Suncho of Korea refused, unwilling to break its tributary relationship with China. This refusal became the pretext for Hideyoshi's invasion, but the underlying cause was his desire to extend Japanese dominance beyond its shores.
First invasion, 1592 to 1593. Lightning advance and strategic setbacks. Phase 1. The Japanese Blitzkrieg. In April 1592, approximately 160,000 Japanese troops under the command of seasoned samurai leaders like Konishi Yukinaga and Kato Kiyomasa landed at Busan. Japan's military strategy was built around rapid movement and overwhelming firepower, particularly their superior arquebuses, matchlock firearms, which decimated Korean troops, who were largely reliant on traditional weapons such as spears and bows. The Japanese forces quickly captured Seoul within weeks, followed by Pyongyang by July. Their coordinated advance stunned the Korean defenders, and the Chosun court fled north toward the border of Ming China, seeking assistance.
Phase 2. Korean naval resistance and Ming China's entry. Japan's dominance on land did not extend to the seas. Admiral Lee Sun-shin, commanding the Joseon Navy, became a pivotal figure in halting Japanese advances. Using innovative tactics and the famed turtle ships, Gobuksan, he decisively defeated the Japanese Navy in key battles like the Battle of Hansan Island in 1592, which severed the Japanese supply lines and slowed their advance. Simultaneously, Ming China intervened in late 1592, sending an army under General Yi Il-sung. By early 1593, Ming forces helped the Koreans recapture Pyongyang, and the combined Ming-Joseon forces pushed the Japanese back to the southern coastal regions, leading to a stalemate.
Peace negotiations, 1593 to 1596, fragile ceasefire and diplomatic failure. After the military stalemate, both sides sought negotiations. Ming China wanted to avoid a protracted conflict, while Hideyoshi sought recognition from China as an equal ruler. Diplomatic discussions dragged on for years, but the Ming court's refusal to formally recognize Hideyoshi as an equal monarch led to the collapse of peace talks by 1596. Hideyoshi, dissatisfied and eager to reaffirm his strength, prepared for a second invasion.
Second invasion, 1597 to 1598, the Zhongyu War. Phase 1, Initial Japanese success. The second invasion began in 1597, but this time the Japanese strategy was more defensive. With 140,000 Japanese soldiers, Hideyoshi aimed to fortify a few key cities along the southern Korean coast, including Ulsan and Sacheon. Early battles, such as the Battle of Chilcholyang, where Admiral Yi was briefly dismissed and replaced by Won Gyun, saw the Chosun Navy suffer a devastating defeat.
Phase 2. The rise of Admiral Yi and the final stalemate. After Won Gyun's failure, Yi Sun-sin was reinstated and swiftly rebuilt the navy. At the Battle of Myeongyang in October 1597, with just 13 ships, Yi delivered a miraculous victory against a Japanese fleet of over 300 vessels, crippling Japanese naval ambitions. Despite early Japanese gains, the second invasion bogged down due to Ming reinforcements and Yi's naval superiority. With Toyotomi Hideyoshi's death in September 1598, Japan's political climate shifted. The Japanese commanders, knowing Hideyoshi's passing removed any drive for continuing the war, ordered a retreat.
Final engagement, Battle of Noryang. The last significant battle of the Imjin War, the Battle of Noryang in December 1598, saw a combined Ming-Korean fleet under Yi Sun-sin and Chen Lin intercepting retreating Japanese forces. The victorious Admiral Lee was mortally wounded in the battle. His death marked the end of the war.
Impact of the Imjin War. Devastation of Korea. The war left Korea in ruins. An estimated 300,000 to 1 million Koreans were killed, cities were destroyed, and the Korean economy was crippled. Countless Korean artisans and scholars were abducted to Japan, which had a lasting influence on Japanese ceramics and culture.
Japanese isolation. The failure to conquer Korea and China led to Japan turning inward for nearly 2 centuries, during which the Tokugawa shogunate established an isolationist policy, sakoku.
Ming decline. The Ming dynasty was weakened militarily and financially by the war. Its involvement hastened internal strife and set the stage for its eventual collapse in the mid-17th century, leading to the rise of the Qing dynasty. Korean military reform. The war prompted Korea to reform its military, emphasizing modernized tactics and naval power, inspired by Yi Sun-sin's tactics.
Diplomatic and cultural exchange. Despite the horrors of war, the Imjin conflict also resulted in significant cultural exchanges. Many Koreans brought to Japan, contributed to the development of Japanese pottery, and the war's memory influenced Korean nationalism for centuries.
Conclusion. The Imjin War was a transformative event for East Asia. While it is often overshadowed by later conflicts, its impact on Korea, Japan, and China was profound. The heroism of figures like Admiral Yi Sun-sin became legendary, and the war's lessons on the importance of naval power and international alliances continue to influence East Asian strategic thinking to this day. Although Admiral Yi Sun-sin was an enemy of Japan, his operational and combat abilities are admired even by Japan's naval leadership. Thank you for watching the video, The Imjin War, provided by History and Current Events. This is Sarah, Lily, Gina, and Tony have contributed so far as narrators. Thank you.